It's week 3 of the NFL, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He's coming off a quality showing last week, well over 300 yards in that one. It's the Dolphins and the Hawks, and it comes your way next.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, it's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm. Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver? 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary. Tua's throw caught by his receiver Hill. The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 44-yard line, here's second and a couple. Tua now running right on the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Not a lot of success to be found there. Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you get to do it in one backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful. And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They moved it well, but here's third down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that's on Austin Jackson, first-round pick in 2020. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it is incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now fourth down. You still hold your breath when there's a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep. Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith. And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say,
if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 12 carries, 51 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Seahawks are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing, hard to navigate. They always top that event.
3rd down and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Braxton Berrios deep for Miami. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. They'll be down at the 14-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play and move the sticks. 2 are going to throw. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield and only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure on the passer.
Meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
Well, they got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Fighting through. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. Well, they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast, They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Isaiah Wynn with a penalty, the former first-round pick back in 2018. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now Tua. That is incomplete.
He still holds your breath a little when Tua gets out of the pocket, but there he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll dump this off to Achane. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Lock up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
2nd down, here's Charbonnet. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Smith now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe the Dolphin got going a little early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get into ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And just not a ton of room to work with. They'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing more, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to block those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just walk one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Now it's Lockett. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Walker to start the drive. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll toss this out right to Walker. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. And they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So now here come the Dolphins. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Off the play action, Tagovailoa. Smith catches left side. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now Geno. Incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his leg.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And out now come the Seahawks. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get him next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Off of play action, here's Smith. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And the out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Lock at the man in motion. Smith on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Walker giving that O-line fits. He gets in there to drop him. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback. And you know what a free runner turns into? A free hitter.
3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Geno now to throw. That is caught. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they have to let their tight end try to find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play plans. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Walker with a grab left side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got down on the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So the 3rd drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out. Miami set to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, got to carry the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And incomplete.
No receivers open, so who's forced to put that one into Puget Sound? That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, every play certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Asker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, here's Smith. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and then will be 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And they get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st and 10, Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. Now it's Smith. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Geno. Throw, but incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
And partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in the zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
I believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports halftime. Who can be the most disciplined team going forward?
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Misses the target, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A run with Mostert up the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Up the middle, Achane. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go with Mostert. Dances by him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes a little tread left on the tires.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8. Achane gets it from the gun. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. On the handoff, this is Mostert. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Looking to pass to him. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to stretch out their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Smith now on second down. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Neville Gallimore powering his way in and burying him.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I look and repeat that in Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3rd and 3.
Now Tua.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe the Dolphin got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Returnable for Lockett. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10.
At their own 15. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Flights through and now a crease. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Now Geno. Looking sideline, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Smith. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now 2nd and 3. Achane on the counter. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On play action, here's Tua. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Here's Berrios. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge out to the field, fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing side of the line. And they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They hand it off to Mostert. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Now a 2nd and 10.
All right, come on.
Play action. Now it's Tua. It's Hill. Complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
The mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Back to the air. Smith on second down. And he rifles one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time for Smith on fourth down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
12 more yards there and another first down.
I have to jump on myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
One more time with Mostert. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it with Achane. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Just get out here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that probably be their last points of the game.
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever.